For day 3, we're looking at kind of putting together day 1 and day 2. Okay, so like day 1, we worked on just the GCF. Day 2, we worked on like the guess and check process. Today, we're going to take out a GCF and do the guess and check process. Just kind of see how all of it works together. We did the very last problem yesterday was one of those, right, where we took out a GCF and then we kept going. All right, so just a reminder of our signs, because if we don't know our sign rules, everything gets a lot harder. So remember, if that last one's positive, you multiply to get a positive, it's either 2 positives or 2 negatives. To multiply to get a negative, it's got to be 1 plus and 1 minus. So just kind of a reminder of those. All right, so here we go. 8x squared minus 22x minus 6. So no matter what, from here on out, every problem you factor, you look for the GCF first. So what number goes into all of these? 2. Will every problem always have a GCF? No. I want you to always look for it, but it doesn't mean it always will. All right, so 2 goes into them all. So we'll pull a 2 out, which means I'm dividing everything by 2. Do you remember what I refer to that GCF as? Yeah, yes, your baby brother, right? Your little brother out there. Don't lose him. He's annoying and obnoxious. Keep him there, but just don't forget him. All right, so we take out a 2. We're left with 4x squared minus 11x minus 3. All right, so your numbers get a lot smaller when we pull that GCF out. So now, again, double checking inside a 4, 11, a 3, nothing's the same. Because some people like to pull out a GCF and then there's still one sitting there. They didn't take out the biggest. Just doing that mental check, making sure there's nothing left in there that still is similar. All right, and then we're ready to do what we were working on yesterday. So options for A, we have 1 and 4, 2 and 2, and then options for 3. All right, so not many options, which is good. I'll bring down baby brother right away so I don't lose him. All right, my last sign is negative. How do you multiply to get a negative? Positive and a negative. All right, you want to go 1 and 4 or 2 and 2? 1 and 4, so 1x and 4x. You want to go 1 and 3 or 3 and 1? Because it does make a difference. It changes which ones multiply with. 3 and 1. All right, and then when we check, remember we can do the little cheater check, right? And just inside and outside. So that gives me a positive 12x. That gives me a negative 1x, which is positive 11x. How do we do? Good. I got the right number, but my sign's wrong. So just flip-flop my plus and my minus, right? Because that changes all my signs. And we are done. Just don't lose baby brother, or you lose a point every single time. And your mom is so mad at you when you lose him. That's not so bad, right? Just kind of putting the 2 parts together. Yeah, right? AJ, you with me? You had a weird look on your face. Can you see? Okay. 8x squared minus 4x minus 12. Good. Actually, I got a 4. So we're dividing them all by 4. All right, divide them all by 4. What do we have left? Good. All right. So from here, then, I am ready to look at A and C. So options for A, options for C. Well, look at that. There's not really many options, right? That's nice. Otherwise, if you had come to the top and not taken out your GCF, just think you would have had 1 and 8, 2 and 4, 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. You would have had a lot of choices to pick from. Pulling out the GCF, I don't have any options left. Okay, don't lose baby brother. Last one is negative. My signs are opposite. Good. One's plus, one's minus. So options for A is just 1 and 2. So 1x and 2x. 1 and 3 or 3 and 1? 3 and 1. All right, checking. We get 6x minus 1x is 5x. What number am I trying to get? I'm trying to get negative 1. Don't go back to the top, guys. I pulled that 4 out, so you're never going to get that top one. Okay, it's sitting right there. All right, I'm trying to get right here. I'm trying to get negative 1. So that didn't work. All right, so let's scratch that one. Now, we didn't get a whole lot of opportunity yesterday because a lot of times you guys guessed really well right from the start. Don't flip-flop your A values. I'd find it easier to just flip-flop your C's, right? So instead of 3 and 1, let's go 1 and 3. All right, so that's going to give me 2x. Outside gives me minus 3x, which is negative 1x. That worked. That's what I'm trying to get. So very common mistake. Students will sit and do a problem all day long and get frustrated because they can't get the middle number. It's because they keep looking back at the original. If you pulled a GCF out, you're no longer trying to get that number, you're trying to get this one. Okay? Like you got the line right above you. That's where you're trying to go. 4x squared minus 22x plus 30. Any GCF? 2. If you're ever not sure, like, is it the biggest number, pull it out and then look and see what's left. If it's not the biggest, something will still be common sitting inside. So we would be left with 2x squared minus 11x plus 15. All right, dividing all of them by 2. And again, if I'm looking, I have a 2, an 11, and 15. Nothing goes into all those, so I know I took out the biggest GCF. All right, from there, looking at our options for A, 1 and 2, options for C, 115 and 3 and 5. Make sure you bring down baby brother. My last one is positive. They're either both plus or both minus. Both minus. All right, options for A. So we have 1x and 2x. 1 and 15 or 3 and 5? You want to go 3 and 5 or 5 and 3? 3 and 5. And again, if you're not sure, just throw it in, see what you get. If it's wrong, just flip-flop it, okay? So that would give me negative 6x minus 5x, which makes negative 11x. Is that the number I wanted? Yes, the number I want, just that line right above. And I'm good. Now, how would I end up way back at the beginning? Because we talked about when you factor, it should be the same value as the original. So why am I only trying to go to the line above and not the original? Say that again. Good. Like if I would multiply these two together, I'd get this. That's why we still have baby brother, right? Because then if I multiply baby brother through, then I end up back at the top. So I can still go from here to the top. It just would take me a couple steps to get there. Okay. Oh, 21x cubed minus 24x squared minus 36x. 3? Just 3? 3x. Yeah, they all have an x in them. All right, so let's take out a 3x. So don't forget to look for those variables as well as the number. Okay, we take a 3x from all of them. We have 7x squared minus 8x minus 12. Again, looking inside, I have a 7, an 8, and a 12. Nothing goes into all those, so I know I took out the biggest one. Also, note the beginning problem was an x cubed. What is everything that we are factoring? X squared. Everything we're factoring is an x squared, then an x, then a number. Okay, so right away, like you're like, whoa, something's got to come out of this or I can't factor it. Okay. All right, from here, looking at our options. Options for A is just 1 and 7. Options for C, ooh, we do have 1 and 12, 2 and 6, and 3 and 4. So we still have a lot of options. However, is that fewer options than the original, though? Yeah, the original 36 has a whole lot of factors to it. All right, let's talk signs. Last one is negative. How do you multiply to get a negative? Plus and minus, good. All right, so A is just 1 and 7, so 1x, 7x. 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. 2 and 6. Is Martin an overachiever back there? Or is he just a really good guesser, do you think? He's just going to stare at me. He's not going to give me anything. All right, so when we check, we get 14x minus 6x gives me a positive 8x. Flip my signs, good. And that'll flip all of those. How are we feeling, guys, on factoring so far? Doing okay? All right, why don't you guys try the next one on your own for me, please? 6x cubed plus 14x squared minus 40x. All right, guys. So looking at your problem, what was your GCF? 2x. Make sure you're taking out that x as well. So taking out a 2x from all of them, we should have had 3x squared plus 7x minus 20. All right, make sure you take the x out, because otherwise it's an x cubed. We're not factoring x cubes. We're only factoring x squared stuff. Okay, so from here, looking at your options, we have 1 and 3. Here we're going to have 1 and 20, 2 and 10, 4 and 5. Double check, make sure you brought down baby brother. All right, last one is negative. So to multiply to get a negative, you have to have 1 plus 1 minus. You have 1x and 3x. And then did you go 1 and 20, 2 and 10, 4 or 5? 4 and 5. In that order, 4 and 5? Yeah. Unless you flip-flopped your 1 and your 3, then yours are the opposite of mine. All right, so then that will give me 12x. That gives me minus 5x, which is a positive 7x, which is what I wanted. So order does not matter, like with parentheses. So as long as you have a 2x out in front, one of your parentheses is x plus 4, and one of them is a 3x minus 5. You are good to go. All right. Are you doing okay? You guys seem to be doing all right walking around. Some of you a little faster than others, but it's okay. This takes practice.